The morning after the divorce, I woke up with a sensation I hadn't felt in years. It wasn't excitement, and it certainly wasn't triumph. It was something lighter, almost fragile, a relief that seeped into my chest, like a heavy knot had finally unraveled. The townhouse I had rented just last month felt different, too. Quiet, but not oppressive. For the first time in a long while, silence felt like a reward rather than a weight pressing down. My name is Callum. I'm 39. And yesterday marked the end of a marriage that had stretched across almost a decade. For most of that time, it hadn't been about love so much as habit. My ex-wife was undeniably beautiful, the kind of woman who turned heads without trying. But beauty is hollow when the person across from you treats love like an obligation. Somewhere along the way, warmth had been replaced by critique, affection by expectation, intimacy by cold detachment. By the end, we weren't partners. We were cohabiting strangers, measuring each other from afar. Signing those papers didn't make me giddy. It didn't make me feel victorious. It simply freed me from the pretense I had been performing for years. That morning, I wandered over to the coffee shop near my old gym. The place buzzed with its usual blend of suits, joggers, and hurried conversations. Normally, that kind of noise would have chipped at my patience, but today, I just breathed. I ordered my usual and found a spot by the window. Watching the city wake up felt almost meditative. And I knew she would come looking. My ex has never been able to leave loose ends. Just as the sun peeked over the rooftops, my phone buzzed with a message. Can we talk? Just want to check in. The phrasing was deliberate, as though she were granting a favor rather than asking for one. I didn't reply. I didn't need to. She knew exactly where I would be. Sure enough, 20 minutes later, the scent of her familiar perfume hit me before she even spoke. There you are, she said, a bright smile plastered on her face, but her eyes were scanning, calculating, searching for something to confirm her expectations. You look cheerful. I lifted my gaze from my coffee. Morning, Illa. She leaned against the edge of the table, arms crossed, her posture casual but her gaze sharp. So, she said, tapping her nails, how does it feel? Freedom? Regret? Anything? I'm fine, I replied plainly. The words threw her. Fine already? She asked, laughter threading through her voice, but it came off brittle, forced. She wasn't here for closure. She was here to see if I still ached, to watch if her absence had left a wound. Yesterday was peaceful, I added, letting the words hang. Her smile faltered just for a heartbeat. Then she noticed. Really peaceful? She asked, tilting her head. Then why? Her voice trailed, caught between curiosity and disbelief. I don't know, I said, almost unconsciously. Weirdly, joyful. She laughed softly, but there was a sharp edge to it. I let her adjust to the news slowly. Your sister came by yesterday, I said quietly. Her composure cracked immediately. Ara's eyes widened, and for the first time, I saw panic flicker across her features before she could mask it. Arya came to see you, she asked, voice unsteady. I didn't answer right away, letting the silence stretch while she absorbed the information. Her shoulders stiffened, and her bright facade started to crumble. You okay? I asked calmly. She swallowed hard, trying to sound casual, but the tension betrayed her. What exactly did she say? Fear had disguised itself as curiosity. I lifted my cup, taking a deliberate sip, giving her the moment to react. She told me things, I said slowly. She froze, her lips parting and closing again, searching for the right way to respond. About what? She pressed. I didn't respond immediately. The silence pressed against her like a physical weight. She muttered. If Arya stuck her nose in, I cut her off. She didn't stick her nose in. She came because she thought I deserved the truth, I said evenly. That admission unspooled her. Her hands stopped moving. Her voice faltered. Honesty, about what? I leaned slightly forward, voice softer, not in warmth but in precision. About you. A blush of recognition and fear spread across her cheeks. She realized in that moment that she no longer controlled the story, that the version I knew had changed forever. Her breath hitched subtly. Callum, she whispered. Whatever Arya told you, Probably exaggerated. She's dramatic. She sounded exhausted. I corrected, and her eyes betrayed her, narrowing. Exhausted from? I asked. Covering for you. Her jaw clenched, lips parting in disbelief. Covering for me? I haven't done anything, she faltered. Don't insult us, I said quietly. The words hit her hard. She blinked rapidly, searching for some defense, but found none. What did she tell you? She whispered, voice trembling. I let the quiet answer her. That you had been planning to leave long before you said anything. That counseling was a facade. That while I thought we were fixing things, you were lining up your new life. Her lips quivered. Not from sadness, from exposure, she corrected. I added, and about that guy at work, you weren't as unsure as you pretended. She froze entirely, body still, the kind of stillness that comes when there's no escape. That's not true, she began, but the words died on her lips. She closed her eyes briefly, bracing herself. Arya had no right to tell you that, she whispered. She had every right, I replied. She watched me shrink for years to keep the peace while you were pretending indifference wasn't indifference. She sank into the chair across from me, posture crumbling. For years, she had moved through life performing for an audience only she could see. Now, there was no stage left. I wasn't cheating, she murmured. Technically, I echoed. She winced. I just felt lonely. He was there. You said I stopped trying. I reminded her. Her eyes flared with defensiveness. It was you who stopped showing up long before I did, I continued. You just found a prettier excuse. She leaned forward, desperation in her voice. So you're happy because Arya tattled? Think that makes you superior? I'm not happy because of what she told me, I said steadily. Then why? She demanded. I met her gaze. Because yesterday, Arya apologized. To you. Not to gloat, not to interfere. But because she was tired of seeing both of us pretending our choices were accidents. She saw me shrink myself to survive, to tolerate the coldness you passed off as indifference. And then, she said she was proud of me. Her expression twisted with confusion, disbelief mingling with recognition. Proud? Why? She whispered. Because I chose myself, I said softly. Because I stopped begging for the bare minimum. Because I walked away without bitterness. She looked down, avoiding my gaze. Then I added, we move on separately, peacefully if possible. Her voice dropped to almost nothing. And us? We're done, I said calmly. We've been done for a long time. Yesterday just made it official. She blinked, a faint nod acknowledging reality. I didn't expect you to be okay, she murmured. I thought you'd be angry or hurt. I was all of those, I admitted. But then Arya reminded me I'm not walking away because I failed. I'm walking away because I refuse to keep shrinking. She trembled slightly. She said that. She did, I said softly. Silence stretched between us, deep and quiet. I stood, took a slow final sip of coffee, set the cup down, and said, I hope you find whatever you've been looking for. She nodded faintly, voice almost inaudible. And I hope you stay as joyful as you seem today. I smiled, not with spite, not with victory, but with clarity. Then I walked out, leaving behind the ghost of a marriage and a woman who finally realized I didn't need her permission to exist fully.